What's up, y'all? Today we're doing something. I know y'all, anybody that watches my videos knows that I go for cheap, quick, and easy and inexpensive. And this is not quick, it's not cheap, and it's really not easy. It's my chili, but it's worth sharing. And I want to make sure that the people who might make my cooking want to make sure you got this. And at the end I'm going to show my recipe so you have that as well. But basically we have a large onion, and I had a little bit of white yellow onion left over, so I put that in there. A couple chunks of celery, stalks of celery, the recipe calls for 1 large jalapeno. I put 2 in because I only have 1 can of Rotel tomatoes, and then 2 sweet peppers. So we're going to throw all this in here. We're going to sweat all this. Once it gets sweated, I'm going to add some garlic, as always, and then we'll go from there. Like I said, not cheap, not quick, not easy, but this is really good. So I've got my meat hanging out over here. 1 pound of hamburger, 1 pound of sausage, Italian sausage. So never put cold meat in a hot pan, right? So this is over here getting to room temperature. I'm gonna sweat these down, throw in some garlic, add that meat, and we'll keep going. This is definitely something y'all need to try. Now my chili has beans in it. If you don't like beans, you don't have to put in beans. And these veggies, I like to add veggies because I like to extend the meal and add veggies to my diet. Plus I actually do like the taste. So you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Make it your own. You can take this recipe and make it your own. Not a problem. Now these veggies just about sweated down. Definitely softened. At this point, I'm gonna add my garlic. A bunch of garlic. Good, definitely heaping 2 tablespoons. Oh, let's go 1. More garlic. Lots of garlic. We're gonna keep sweating this. Once this is a little bit toasted, the next step is to add the meat and get that brown. And then after that's done, I'll show you the next step. But right now, we'll just focus on sweating these veggies. Get back to you. So we're going to throw in this beef, ground beef, 1 pound. In this recipe, there's going to be 1 pound of ground beef and 1 pound of pork. So we'll throw in the beef. Then I'm going to throw in this pork. But my hands touched the beef a little bit, so I'm going to wash my paws and get back to you. Alright, threw the pork in there. The beef's in there, the pork's in there. I just realized when I opened the pork, the sausage, that I bought hot sausage, not mild. I meant to buy mild because I put 2 large jalapenos in here. We're just going to go with it. Let's see how hot this sausage is. I don't know. Sometimes it says it's hot, and to me it's not hot at all. So we'll see. But we're going to brown this meat up, right? And once it's all browned, we're going to add the next step is to add a can of tomato paste, one of those little cans of tomato paste, and let it toast. So, oh wait, maybe the next step is the seasoning. Hold on, I gotta check the recipe. The recipe's over there. Next step might be to add the spices, probably. Then we're gonna toast the tomato paste, and then we start adding all the big stuff. And at that point, we just have to wait. So, I'll get to the next step, get back to you. Next step is definitely spices. So, most important one is a chili powder, which is a 1/4 cup. Just, I thought in the beginning, I thought that was a lot, but it's really not. I do some spike. That is technically not in my recipe. And this one is my recipe, but I'm gonna do a tablespoon of thyme. This is oregano. Tablespoon of oregano. I'll do some smoked paprika because that's one of my top 3 favorite spices. Cumin. A little bit of cumin. Parsley. Black pepper. And I'm holding off on the salt. A little bit of Mrs. Dash. I'm holding off on the salt because these canned beans, I'm using canned beans, they have salt in it. So we'll hold off on that. We're going to toast up these spices, and next step is to add the tomato paste and toast that. So we're going to do this and I will get back to you. We've added the spices. Now the next thing, a little tiny can of tomato paste. We're going to let this toast. Very important to let it toast. And then once I stir this around, let it cook for a little while. We'll start adding the big stuff. I'll get back to you. As you can see in here probably, tomato paste is toasting nicely. It looks good already, doesn't it? We haven't even added the tomatoes and the beans yet. Some chili doesn't have tomatoes, some doesn't have beans. Mine has both. Deal with it. It's just what I like. I love beans, so. And this does take a long time. This is an investment, y'all. It takes hours and hours to get this. I mean, it's quick to set it up, get all this part done. But you have to you really need to let it cook for hours to get good. But this is the stage where all the spices are in here. The tomato paste is in here. That's toasting the meat and the veggies. And all that's left are the beans and the tomatoes. And then we just wait. So, that's where we're at. I'll get back to you. So, the meat and the veggies and the spices and the tomato paste are properly toasted. We're going to add our tomatoes now. A couple of big cans of diced. These are Italian. You know, they're seasoned tomatoes. Let's get this stirred up. And next we're going to add our beans. Get this going, and I will get back to you. All right, here we go. Getting ready to add the beans. We have a can of dark kidney beans, a can of light kidney beans. This time I'm using cannellini beans, which is white kidney beans. Usually I use navy beans or Great Northern, it doesn't matter. Pinto beans, and then this is black beans, which are my favorite. So I use two cans of this because it's my favorite. So use whatever you want. If you don't want beans, you don't put in beans. This is a huge batch, y'all. I'm gonna probably freeze half of it. It'll last me a good while. And it really is good. I'm gonna let this cook down. It's gotta cook down for a while. Once you get it all together like this, good God, I let it I'll let it cook for probably at least another 4 hours. And just come in here and stir it occasionally. But yeah, this needs to cook down for a while. But it will be worth it. And like I said, it's not quick, it's not cheap, it's not easy, but it definitely is worth it. So we're gonna let this go. I'm gonna go play Fallout and let this go for another few hours. Just stir it occasionally, and I'll get back to you. It's getting there. Probably have another couple more hours of simmering. You can tell it's kind of soupy, not quite ready yet. I did eat a bowl of it. It's delicious, but it does need to meld a little bit more. Wasn't quite as salty as I like, but once it boils down, once it simmers down, it'll be a little more salty. So I'm holding off on adding salt at this point. Everything is pretty good. So another couple hours and I'll get back to you. All right, chili's ready. It has been hours and hours cooking. So it has it cooked down quite a bit. All I have to do is let it cool down, put it in some Tupperware so I can put it away. This is definitely enough food to last me 7 days and probably 2 or 3 meals in the freezer. Worth every penny. And here it is. I like to use a little sour cream. Sometimes I'll put onions on it, but oh, hot. Oh man. It's tomato-y and rich. This is delicious. Y'all can do that.